me, Stace. Welcome back to another Friday PIP, which is our Pinterest-inspired project. I have to say, I think this one's probably my favorite that we have made so far. I absolutely love the way these turned out, and I have them hanging up in our guest bathroom. All this is a mason jar tea light holder. You can see there I have a mason jar filled with rocks, and inside that is a battery-operated tea light attached to a piece of wood and hung up using a coat hanger hook. I'm going to turn the light off so you guys can see what it looks like when the lights are off and the candles are on. Just a real soft, subtle lighting. Now I already have these assembled, but I'll take you guys to the table and share with you guys everything I did. Alright guys, we're at the table. I want to share with you what we used and how we made it. It's actually pretty easy to make. I also want to mention I will have a list of all the materials we used on my blog, as well as a price breakdown of what it would cost to make one. Pretty inexpensive and also pretty easy to make. The first thing you need is a piece of wood. My husband chose nutty pine from Home Depot. It measured 1 by 6 by 6, 1 inch this way, 6 inches that way, and also 6 feet in length. He chose this size so I can make more than one of them. Now keep in mind when you are buying wood, even though this is called a 1 by 6, it does not measure that. On the side here, it's about 3/4 of an inch, and then this way left to right is about 5 3/4. The size you need for the project is about 1 by 6 by 16. When it was done being cut, I sanded down the top and the bottom. I also chose to distress mine. I used a screwdriver, a hammer, and a shovel. I just kind of banged it here and there. I like that look. That is optional. You can of course leave it smooth. We then stained it. We just used stain from the shed. I think it was called Early American. And again, that's optional as well. You can leave it plain and natural and just coat it with polyurethane. You could paint it, distress it, whitewash it, really any finish you like you can use. When the stain was dried, we attached the hook on the front and also the picture hook on the back. We already had that in the shed. The hook here we got from Walmart. Now for the jars themselves, we got a case of 1 quart mason jars from Walmart. And what you want to do here is take that ring off, and this piece here, which is the lid, you want to poke 2 holes in it. We used a hammer and a nail, or a hammer and an awl. If you don't have an awl, you can use a hammer and a nail. You can use a drill bit. You could use a screwdriver with a screw on the end, just something to poke 2 holes in them. And you want to make sure your holes are even left to right. And that looks like this here on this jar. Then we threaded our twine through. For the twine, we used twisted jute twine. Now, I want to say maybe 30 inches. We did double it up. On the back side of your lid where you poked your holes, that will be sharp. It does not bother me because it's on the inside of the jar. If that bothers you, you can cover it with like electrical tape or strong tape to block that out. We then tied 2 big knots in the twine so it wouldn't come through the holes. Then you want to just fill your jar with whatever you like, whatever kind of filler you want to use. We used rocks we have from the garden already that were free. You could use sand, you could use dirt, you could use rice, beads, marbles, really anything you want to put in there you could. I'm going to backtrack a little bit. Now before we attach the hook, I'm going to grab this. We already put this part together. Before you attach your hook, you want to lay your piece of wood down with your jar and your twine. So it kind of gives you an idea where to place your hook. And again, we maybe went about 3 or so inches from the top and just centered left to right. This way it would hang nicely for us. Now the hook we got was from Walmart, and this was a mistake hook. We did remedy it, but the hook you want to get is a little bit longer than the one we have and less of an arch. And I'll share with you why that's important. When we went to hang it on the wall, just by the hook, and it was up there against a piece of wood, you can see there the jar doesn't lay flat. It kind of comes out like that, and it bothered me, and we could not figure out how to do it. So my husband just wrapped a rubber band around it to act like a stopper. So now we hang it from this part, and then when you hang it that way, it is flush with the wood. So when you purchase the hook, just keep in mind you want the hook to come out a little bit longer than we have and less of an arch, just to make sure you'll have enough room to hang your jar. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, it was very easy to make, pretty inexpensive. I am going to change mine out and not use rocks. I'm going to use sand. I think the rocks are nice, but with the tea light candle in here, it was hard to make the candle sit level. So I think sand or dirt would be a lot better. You can also use seashells. If you don't want to use a filler, you don't have to. We just picked up the battery operated tea lights from Walmart, and again I would recommend using a flameless candle or a battery operated one, and you can use a tea light or a taller candle. You don't have to have filler if you don't want to. You can just put a tall candle in there and have it be that way. Now as far as a real candle, I did ask about that. I think a real candle would probably be okay, but since you only have 2 holes in here for ventilation or air to get through, I don't think it would stay lit. And we're using this more of a home decor item versus an actual lantern, if you will. But he did recommend maybe trying to poke a few more holes in there if you do want to use a real candle. But I personally would probably recommend, a battery operated one. And that, my friends, is how you make it. So it's, again, pretty simple. As far as the cost breakdown, it's maybe $8 to make one, and with the piece of wood we got, you're able to make 3 of them at least. If you cut your wood to be 15 inches, you can do 4 of them. All the materials are available at your local Walmart or craft store. If you don't have access to wood or don't have wood in your shed, you can go to any lumber yard like a Home Depot or a Lowe's, and I think they always have a scrap bin of wood that were bad cuts. You can pick up a piece there. You can purchase the wood there and have them cut it for you. If you buy it there, they'll cut it for you for free. Just cut it down to be 1 by 6 by 16, or whatever size you want to use. Or you can also go to like a Joann's or Michael's and use a craft kind of wood, or like a little plaque kind of thing. Or just hang the hook directly on the wall. There's lots of ways you can make it work for what you want to use it for. I think it'll be great for craft fairs. I think it'll be a good seller that way. We have a set of 2 in our bathroom, in the guest bathroom. It looks really nice on the walls there. They make great Christmas presents. You can personalize them with them, like a monogram or the last person's name or established as. A great gift for a newly married couple. All kinds of ways you can use it. But like I said, I think it's by far one of my most favorite projects we've made so far from our Pinterest-inspired projects. I have to give credit where credit is due. I will have the link on the Pinterest where I got it from on my blog, and she has a full step-by-step detailed tutorial, and I just followed her directions. So anyway, guys, there you have it. Today's Friday PIP. Any questions at all, please let me know. As always, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.